Hi guys, so I'm here to show you what you will need and how to make a sleeping reborn look realistic in a car seat. So I'm going to go through the things you need. Obviously you'll need your sleeping reborn. I've got Noah to do this demonstration, so I'll just put him down on the bed for a second, guys. And then you may also need a hat, weather dependent. We also need scratch mittens, especially with like younger babies because they're very important, and you'll see why. 1 or 2 different dummies, and you could also have a dummy clip with that. A bottle, this could be filled with formula or maybe just a small amount of formula, depending on how you want it to look like. Some sort of car seat toy. A lovey or some sort of blanket that they really like, so, well, some sort of soft toy they like, so I've got this one, which my best friend Emma gave me. And then 1 to 2 blankets, weather dependent. So the first thing you will need to do is to get the car seat ready for the baby that you're putting in. Noah is a smaller baby than most of my other babies, so he tends to have the car seat quite low because of how small he is. Because as you can see, he's only a little newborn. And of course I adjust it to how he needs it. So when he lies in there, I make it like so. He looks so cute. He has his belly plate on, which is why he's quite a bit more solid than what he could normally be like. But he still flops around like a little newborn. So then I will clip him in. I do have a cover for this, so when I actually do put him in here, he does tend to have the cover. But I will then adjust the neck straps to make it look like they're in the right place. Some do have like the strap that goes up and then up to their necks. I don't have that on my car seat, but some do. Now he already has his head to the side, but I could put his head even more to the side to look like he's asleep. And this could be either side, because when babies are asleep they don't just have their heads forward, they tend to have them tilted at the side, as most humans do, to be honest. Which just actually helps with realism. Now it's quite cold at the moment, so I may want to put a hat on Noah. And it also depends on the baby's rooting or hair painting. Because sometimes that can be a dead giveaway that it is a doll. Which I'm not saying that's in all cases, but with some babies their hair may not look as like properly rooted or something, so you may want to put a hat on them. For Noah though, just for this video, I'm going to have his hair like showing. Mostly because I just did it and I didn't want to ruin it, but oh well. See, this head support, especially with newborns, is very important. Even though he is a reborn, I still want to make it look like as realistic as possible, so I have the head support in. And if you don't, a good way to actually make this head support is by rolling up blankets and putting it at the side so that it looks like he actually has the head support. And sometimes even like a neck pillow can be used because they fit in here really well. But that's what he looks like so far. Now this is kind of like big for him, so I'm just going to adjust it a bit. Because his big sister wasn't it, and he's smaller than her. There we are. So I've just adjusted the straps so that they fit on him. They're a bit loose, but you don't want your baby to be like really constricted, so it's nice to have a small amount of space. Next, I will use like dummies most of the time. So he will tend to have his magnetised dummies, where he'll have them like that. Because of the way his mouth is at the moment. He'll have them like that. Although sometimes, say he's like spat out, because he's got a sucky lip, I may want to have it like it's just fallen down. So it's like you just fall and follow through where it fall down. So it could be like that, so it's like he's fallen out his mouth and he's fallen asleep. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to give him his magnetic dummy. So it looks like he's just fallen asleep with it. And you may want to add like a dummy clip and add it onto here, because that does help with realism also. I am also going to put on scratch mittens because some babies' hands don't look like they're like properly positioned, I suppose you could say. Like baby's hands won't be always open because he has an open hand. So to help with that, I will add a scratch mitt to make it look like his hand's closed. This one's a bit more like naturally posed, but you're not going to have like one scratch mitt on and one off. So I will add the other scratch mitten on for the purpose of this video. Scratch mittens are hard. Oh, yeah, I've got it. Most of the time my babies don't wear scratch mittens, but this video I will. Again with socks, you will want your babies to wear socks or wear warm clothes that are, like, well, wear clothes that are tight for this weather. So it's warm here, so, well, not warm, it's mild here, I suppose you could say. I'm wearing a fluffy jumper, that's because I wanted to. But Noah's just wearing some trousers and a top. And of course you'll want a blanket. So I have this nice little green one here. She's really small but really nice for like when he's in here. This one's quite good for the summer because it's got holes in, so it's quite airy. But I also have this really big one, which I have folded so it's like he's got the warmth, and then I'll just like bunch it up in places and maybe put it around his head to make it look like he's just fallen asleep with it. Ooh, and his dummy's fallen out. And then maybe put one down there. And I want to tilt his head a bit more. So it just looks like he's in there fast asleep. Although you may want to make it like this loose so it's not like he's constricted in there, I suppose you could say. But he looks like he's warm in there and cozy. So because he is asleep, he doesn't necessarily need the bottle on him, but I could have the bottle on him, like when he wakes up he's going to get fed. And then for the lovey, it's his little toys. I don't do the car seat toy because it's a girly one, but you could add that on. I will tend to put it like underneath his blanket, but showing, it's like it's right next to him. Which I know is kind of hard to see, but it'll look like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.